Alright, hello everybody. Today on the chopping block, we've got the Israel and Palestine matter. So, because I don't have an Israel and Palestine card, I just wrote it down and then I'm gonna cut them so that I can see the words and put their corresponding cards next to them. Malika laki ni do. Alright. So, we've got the Israel card and we've got the Palestine. Right. So, without further delay, because I see videos, I don't know if those are fake videos or real videos, but apparently the world is in an uproar over this Palestine Israel situation, and we need answers because it's time for the propaganda to stop. Okay, it's time for us to start to have clarity. So Most High, at this time, I'm inviting you into this reading. If anybody's trying to block this reading, please block them so that we, your people, can have the truth and the understanding that you want us to get at this stage of the story of life. Thank you so much for what you're about to do. Amun Sila. Alright, so the first one we're going to take a look at is Israel. What does God want us to know about Israel as it pertains to this fight between Israel and Palestine, or Palestine? You know what I'm saying. So, Most High, what do you want us to know? What do you want the world to know about Israel when it comes to this war? Because it's about who's guilty and who's innocent. It's like nobody in their right mind wants to support the one who is in the wrong. But when we're surrounded by propaganda, it is quite possible for us to believe that the innocent is guilty and the guilty is innocent, which has been a prevalent story in the story of life, because the people who control the media, the people who control the narrative, the people who bring us the news, they tell us the story how they want us to receive it. So we're here seeking the absolute radical truth at this time. We don't come for mince words, straight no chaser. What do you want us to know about Israel, please, when it comes to this conflict between Israel and Palestine? right, at the bottom of the deck, everybody, we got focused. Okay, focused. Okay, at the bottom of the deck we got idle. Okay, let's see what these two cards are. Okay, so we have distracted, but it was in the reverse, so we're gonna check. Come again. Feels correct like this. So they're not distracted, hence the focused card. Okay. And the next card we have is fearful, which was also in the reverse. So let's check the energy of this one. Let's go again. Feels correct like this. So we got fearful. Okay. So Israel is not distracted, but Israel is also fearful. Okay. The underlying issue, we have idle. We have confusion. Cultured. Wild. Interesting. So they're focused on fear. Idle, confusion. So idle is to be wasting time. Confusion, cultured, wild. So they're making wild behavior. Relative, bold, sober. Travel, confident. Interesting. So now my question is, what's the relative card talking about? Wild, relative, bold, sober. The relative card, we need to clarify. What's this relative card, please? So they're not distracted and they're fearful. The underlying issue is idle and confusion. So there's a slowing down here and an attempt to confuse and an attempt to make people wild. But the question is Israel doing this, or is this being done to Israel? Okay. So just to understand the underlying issue better, the only word that's confusing me right now is relative, because relative, it could be talking about Palestine. Relative could be talking about how that behavior, that wild behavior, relates to being bold. Okay, so it's like, nah, I won't talk anymore. Let me clarify relative first, then I'll know more, then I can translate for those who don't really understand. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck, we've got humor. Interesting. So relative. I'm getting like playing games. Yeah. I just saw the bravery card. At the bottom of the deck, we got punishment. Interesting. Okay, so the first card to come out to clarify relative, we got control. We got illness. And we have forced. But I'm not sure if illness and forced were in the reverse because this one feels correct like this. So illness is in the upright and the forced was in the reverse when I picked it up. So let's check the energy. Feels at peace like this. So yeah, it's in the upright. Okay. So control, illness, forced. So and at the bottom of the deck, like I said, we got punishment, love, and safety. Thrill. Huh. Oh, this doesn't look good for Israel. They want to start over. So it's like I'm going to try to get a clean slate. Order, privilege. So it's like they're trying to get power, manipulation, and greed. So for those who would choose to be bold against Israel and who are thinking clearly, this is what they're trying to do because they don't want them to become more confident. So it's like, did I say that right? So it's like, to me, how it's looking so far is like the Israeli are the ones that are pushing the bad vibes. Their focus is to create fear. We have a deck for that. Let's put it in clear language. So let's clarify distracted in the reverse and fearful. Let me just read this underlying issue again. Yeah, it's like they're trying to slow down Palestine. They want to make them into wild, uncultured people. So this is bullying. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, we got influencing music. So music is it's like a sequence. Music is like a construct. So they want to influence the construct. Okay. of the Palestine. So they want to control how they speak, how they progress, how they live, how they feel, how they think. So this is like a takeover. Two cards came out and they're both in the reverse. At the bottom of the deck, bait into a fight. Instigating. So Israel is baiting Palestinians into a fight. Wait, the first card that came out, boost sales or income, which was in the reverse. Feels correct like this. Okay, so they're trying to cut down their sales and income. And the next card, influencing their social life. And this was in the reverse. Sorry. I need to clear the table. So it feels correct like this. So that's in the reverse. So they're trying to cut down their sales and income and not influence their social life, because they'll fuck it up for themselves anyway. They're baiting them into a fight. They're creating fear and creating this false sense of security. So they're basically casting a spell on the people to mislead them. They're influencing their soul or spirit. Okay? They're basically influencing the story. They want to collapse their currency. Okay, so this is clearly an attack. Okay? Like it's a takeover. So yeah, they want to control them. Okay. And it's punishment for their love and safety. I guess Palestine was too flourishing, it was too powerful, it was too well cultured. So this is an attack to destabilize the people and the country. Okay? So they want to cut down their ability to grow economically and all of that. And cut them down culturally and all these things. And it's like the influence in social life was in the reverse, because it's like once we destabilize them, we don't have to do anything else. Destabilize them and make them live in fear. That's it. Everything else is automatic from there. So that's where Israel stands on this war between Israel and Palestine. So it's like a jealous people. It's like when one country go to another country and see how that place, or one people go to a country and they see how that place is flourishing and whatnot, and the people are probably kind and passive and peaceful, hence the love and the safety. So the other people that came in were warmongers, and they just decided, you know what, we're gonna take over this shit. Everything will be ours. So yeah. So let's start on Palestine, find out what God wants us to know. After I clear this table. Hang on. So let's see, because they could both be guilty. I don't know. So we've looked into Israel. Now let's look into Palestine. Okay. So, in this battle, please, what do you want us to know about Palestine, Most High? Okay, so at the bottom of the deck, we've got meditation and stillness, deep quiet. Let's see where God is going with this. So the first card we have to come out, we have limitless possibility, stars in the sky. Hello. And then we have diving into a task, deep diver, exactly. So what we need to know about Palestine in this battle is that Palestine has the power within itself, no matter what the odds look like, to reach their highest capability and beyond. Limitless possibility. So even further than the Palestinians' mind can reach, they can reach, but they have to put in the work. So God wants us all to know, including the Palestinians, that you have the power within you to make a difference. Look, completion at the bottom of the deck. Completion, connectivity, compassion. The fates. Getting back to integrity. and taking a bold step forward with grace and generosity. So what God wants us to know about the Palestinians, and what God also wants the Palestinians to know, is that no matter what you're going through, never lose your sense of compassion, that sense of love, that community spirit, that sense of togetherness, that sense of oneness. And also, don't let your enemies take you for a fool in the same breath. So forgive them, but if you need to fuck them up, by all means, fuck them up. And still forgive them. Have an open heart. Invite God into the situation, because God is not a God of injustice. God is a God of justice. And according to the story of life right now, God is righting all wrongs. God is putting everything right in these times. Okay? So it's first start with that self-belief. It's the same with Burkina Faso and Africa. God has equipped you guys with everything that you need to free yourselves and to bring peace and prosperity back into your midst. But it's for you to reach out and do the needful so that you can make it happen. Okay? Don't let your ego throw you off course. Put your ego to sleep. Have a heart of forgiveness, but without allowing people to take you for fucking fools. Do not be driven by your ego. Do not be driven by your emotions. Let reason, I know it's hard, but it's not impossible. Let reason be your guide. Do the right thing for the right reasons. If the right thing is to fight, fight. If the right thing is to stand down, stand down. Do not let your ego guide you. Okay? So that's what God wants us to know about Palestine in this. Do not let the world change you. Allow yourself to change the world around you by inviting your God into your situation and acting according to how God taught you to behave. Do not allow your circumstances to make you bitter. Allow it to make you better. Do not employ a mindset of defeatism or giving up. Because today looks like this, tomorrow suddenly everything changes. There's no reason for you to give up hope. God is a God of fairness, and God is a God of miracles. But you have to be open to these things happening. You have to be willing to listen to the guidance that your God is giving you and execute the mission. Do what you can and leave the rest up to your God and those whom your God wish to motivate to help you. The world is changing. It has been in a certain way for decades, if not centuries. It doesn't mean that that's how it's always going to be. This is a time of change. But we have to make it happen by allowing God in, trusting and obeying. Do not let the world change your smile. Let your smile change the world. I've never been through what you have been through. So you might look at me and wonder, well, who am I and what gives me the power to think that I can talk to you like this. But I'll have you know, I go through my own struggles. And like you, I could easily allow the world or my troubles to change my smile. I could easily allow myself to feel defeated before I've even tried to battle, even if I'm battling 1,000 and more with just myself and my God. I am living that life right now, so I can tell you what God has done for me. Help has come in from different places that I didn't call for, I didn't expect. But I trusted in my God and in myself. And that has always worked for me. That's my testimony, and therefore I'm not going to give you anything less. Trust in your God and the power that your God has given you. And don't worry about where the extra help is going to come from. God knows your needs. That's what faith is all about. You don't need to know how God is going to work it out for you. Just take the first step and trust that what hasn't happened in decades, I don't know how long y'all been fighting, but trust that what hasn't happened in decades or centuries can happen in these times and will happen according to the report in these times. When I come on here to do these readings, I'm not just shuffling cards, I'm just talking. I dig into the Akashic records. I've been granted access to the Akashic records. If you don't know what that means, go and find out. I can tell you about things past, present, and future. The only limits I have to information is what God chooses not to tell me. I'm not here to lie to people and give them false hope. I'm here to help people to find their inner strength and to connect to their God. No matter what God you call on, that's irrelevant. There's only one God. If you know him as Allah, then Allah it is. If you know him as Jesus, Jesus it is. If you know him as Rastafari, Rastafari it is. If you know him as Buddha, Buddha it is. If you know God as Krishna, Krishna it is. That's irrelevant. It's about the energy. It's about your faith. It's about what you choose to put out into the world. It's about how you choose to speak to yourself. It's about your belief system. That's where your true power lies. Okay? So, I hope that you guys find your way back to prosperity and peace. And I hope that you never let the love die. Having gone through this ordeal, I know that you guys have a lot to teach us about how to survive. Okay? The fact that we haven't been through even 1/10 of what you have been through. I can't imagine worrying about whether I'm going to step on a mine. I can't imagine worrying about if a bomb is going to drop on us any second. I can't imagine being out in the wild, can't find food to feed myself or my children, my wife or my husband. But you guys have been doing it for a very long time. You are survivors. See your strength, respect your strength, and know that you are blessed and highly favored to have made it this far. And God has even more blessings that it wants to bestow upon you. Palestine. Receive those blessings through your faith, through your dedication. Okay? Love. Love each other and love your God. And love yourself enough to stand up for yourself. Even in the midst of shaking, it could be crippling with fear. Do what you have to do. Okay? Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time. Bye-bye.